Hare Krishna. I welcome you all to this orientation introduction to upcoming online English Bhakti-sastri program. We launched a poster about it a couple of days ago because some students of mine and some other devotees showed interest in studying the entire Bhakti-sastri with me as a teacher. The response has been overwhelming, and I'm so grateful for that. I thought in order to help the interested candidates better understand how we are going to go about it, I make a short video in which I guide you through the understanding of what is Bhakti-sastri, what benefits will one get by doing this course, and other details about it, how you can do it, who is qualified to do, the fees, the timings, everything, how you can register. So some of you might know, my name is Madhusudana Visnu, and it's one of my core services in ISKCON, principal service of studying the scriptures given to us by Srila Prabhupada and teaching them. So I do free courses, I do courses where people need to register and pay some fees. I teach online, I teach offline. I visit to different places and do courses for devotees out there also. And I very much like to do this seva. It is so much nourishing to myself, and it gives me so much of inspiration personally. And that's what keeps me happy and enthusiastic in Krishna consciousness. I'm not so perfect. Anyone in this world cannot claim to be a perfect other than someone who is a pure devotee of Krishna. And that's why, though I have my limitations, I try my best. And with that, I would like to invite all of you to understand this particular upcoming Bhakti-sastri program. This program will be in English language. Very soon we'll plan to do in Hindi also. So those who are interested in Hindi, you kindly wait. You let us know if you're interested, and we'll bring up a course for you in Hindi as well. Without any delay, let's start. So online Bhakti-sastri, English, 2022-23 with Madhusudana Visnu. Some of you might already be knowing what is Bhakti-sastri and how this whole program came up. Actually, it is not something which has been designed or invented by an ordinary person. It is something which was actually foreseen that it should be done by Srila Prabhupada himself, the founder Acharya of ISKCON. He wanted devotees to study the scriptures, the Vedic scriptures, systematically, scientifically, scrutinizingly, appear for exams, memorize, and become expert. Like material subjects are science. Learning any subject, it's an art, it's a skill. You need to put efforts. Similarly, when it comes to Vedas, we have to study them. We have to complement on them. We have to learn them from those who know better than us. And this whole process of studying the scripture is very rejuvenating. It's much more rejuvenating than just reading the books. We'll come to the benefits section. They will explain more. So Bhakti-sastri is a systematic study course offered by ISKCON. It's an official course offered by ISKCON Board of Education. And it was Srila Prabhupada who was the first to think about it and instruct that we should be doing it. I'll read a letter for you, which written by Srila Prabhupada to his disciple, Mahapurusha, Los Angeles, 1969. In January of 1970, we'll be holding an examination among all of our students on this book, and those who will pass shall be awarded with the title of Bhakti-sastri. With these examinations, I wish to encourage all my disciples to very carefully learn this philosophy of Krishna consciousness, because there are so many preachers who will be required to bring this message to all of the corners of the earth. If you think you are not a preacher and that's why you did not know Bhakti-sastri, then please understand it's for everyone. One who wants to teach Gita to others, one who wants to share the Vedic knowledge with others. For them, it is a must. They do it. And those who just want to nourish themselves and solve their doubts and get a deeper hold on Sanatan Dharma, the Vedic Dharma, the Dharma of the soul, understand Krishna consciousness, understand Gita, understand Upanishad, they must also do Bhakti-sastri. So in this Bhakti-sastri program, we study 4 books, all authored by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. The 4 books are Bhagavad-gita As It Is, which occupies a major chunk of the whole curriculum. We'll be spending 7 to 8 months to study this book. Then Ishopanishad, the topmost Upanishad, we'll spend around 1.5 months to study this book. Nectar of Instruction, known as 𝗕𝗂𝗀𝘀𝗀𝘃, a small book, but a very, very deep, very practical for progress in bhakti. We'll spend around 1 month or 45 days again for this. And Nectar of Devotion, a beautiful book which speaks about the science of devotion, bhakti. And it is so rich. It has so lofty, but so interesting and enriching, enlivening topics to cover. So we'll study just a section of this book, which we are supposed to do at the level of Bhakti-sastri, and it will take around 2 months. So we study in depth these books. We don't just read through them, we study them, we make notes, we get homeworks, we write essays, we memorize certain sections, we appear for exams, and that way become fully absorbed in the teachings of this, be inspired to practically apply them, and also become qualified and trained to pass on the message to others. So now the question arises, is it for you? Can you do it? Are you qualified for it? Or who all can do it? So for this coming program, I have, divided the audience into different varieties, 3 categories. And if you belong to any one of them, you can do it. But we'll come to that later. First, look at the benefits of doing Bhakti-sastri. There are so many benefits. I'm just mentioning some of them. So the first benefit is that it nourishes bhakti, devotion to Krishna. Why? Because the books explain us how we can become a better devotee. What is the science of devotional service? Who is a devotee? What a devotee does? How to maintain that devotion? And so much more. So when we study the scriptures, the plant of bhakti that we have, the seed was sown in our heart by some devotee, and that is turning into a plant, a creeper. We nourish that. Nourishment of Krishna consciousness. Bhakti happens by reading, hearing, studying, and speaking the scriptures, the shastras. So we'll be doing that. And it rejuvenates faith. I know so many examples of so many devotees. I cannot tell their names here, but there are so many out there who often, when they felt low in spiritual life, decided, that let's do Bhakti-sastri. And when they did it, wow, after the course, they were fully rejuvenated, faithful again, very enthusiastic, inspired, more strong, convinced, and it happens with everyone, regardless of who is teaching and where are you learning it from. Bhakti-sastri can be learned from different avenues in ISKCON, from different teachers, and all of them are doing wonderful services. So anywhere we learn, because we are connecting ourselves to the Shastra, the Vedic teachers, which are instructions of the Supreme Lord Himself and the pure words of the other great devotees, we become nourished. We get benefited by that. It unclouds the intelligence, because our intelligence, it has to be sharpened, the spiritual intelligence. And when we don't do that, it becomes dull, it becomes covered or clouded. That's why we become confused in life. When practical problems come up, then we fail to understand, how do I solve this problem in a spiritual manner? But when we study the scriptures, we become empowered to do that. So it unclouds the intelligence. It makes one a happy devotee. And who doesn't want to be a happy devotee? And if you think you are already a happy devotee, it will make you more happy, happier, and more happy. Why so? Simple. I understand in this way. Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, wanted the followers of ISKCON and anyone else who's interested in Bhakti, Sanatana Dharma, etc., to study the scriptures. So if we do that, we are making our Acharya happy, pleased. We are following the words of a pure devotee of Krishna. So if they are happy, 𝗕𝗫𝗀 prasadat bhagavad prasado, 𝗕𝗫𝗀 prasadat 𝗦𝘁𝘂𝗀𝗃, then we can also be happy. We become happy naturally. And another point, it qualifies one to share the message with others more expertly. When you know something well, you can teach it well. You can spread it well. You can pass it on well. You can answer others' questions in a way that they become satisfied, convinced. Some more benefits. It gives you opportunity to make new spiritual friends. And yes, it happened with me. I did Bhakti-sastri in 2015 in 𝗕𝗏𝗊, Vrindavan, and I met some very good friends there. And we are still connected because you come together for such a long period of time, study together, discuss with one another, prepare for exams. Of course, offline, it's much better. The Sangha is so strong. In online, it's not so much. However, still very beneficial, and specifically ISKCON being an international family, it's so nice to meet people from different parts of the world, know them, make friendship with them, learn from them. It helps you explore new realities of what? Of the spiritual realm, the spiritual knowledge. We may think that I know already so much, but let me tell you something from my humble experience. Now also when I reread the books written by Srila Prabhupada, which I've already read so many times, I get so much new things to learn, something which I never understood before, never it struck to me that, wow, this is a wonderful concept, and if I apply in my life will be different, much better. So it helps you explore new spiritual realities. It helps you understand better God, yourself, and the world around. You can know the essence of the Vedas because these books are the cream of the Vedic knowledge. And you will then also learn the art of studying the scriptures. From my Bhakti-sastri, one thing I got very strongly. I won't say that when I did my Bhakti-sastri, I learned all the books completely. I'm still learning. But I got the taste, the interest, the habit of studying the scriptures. And that's so important because if you develop this habit, it's going to be helpful to you lifelong. These books are our companions for our entire life. Not that we are studying them for the first time and the last time. We are going to study them, benefit from them, and relish them, cherish them for all times to come. So many benefits and so many more. So now let's go to the different groups of people who can do Bhakti-sastri with us. First, totally new to ISKCON. Perhaps not chanting Hare Krishna, not following all the rules and regulations, but eager to learn, interested in studying the scriptures. So you are welcome. You can join this course. How you can join, we'll explain that soon. Second, you are in ISKCON, you are initiated or not initiated, you know what Bhakti-sastri is, and you want to do it. It's your first time, you want a certificate. Yes, it is for you. And third, you have already done a Bhakti-sastri, but you want to redo it. So many devotees redo it. Or you want to redo a certain book only, not the entire Bhakti-sastri. So again, this is for you. All these three kinds of participants can enroll for this course. So two ways to do, depending on which group you belong and what is your eligibility. So one is, if you are a newcomer to ISKCON and you don't follow all the rules, criterion which are required for Bhakti-sastri, then you can do it, but without an official certificate that comes from ISKCON Board of Education. And the only eligibility for doing this course is your eagerness to learn. The fees is also less, it's just 3,000 Indian rupees. And you will get certificate from ISKCON, from Simple Vedas. I'll be signing them. And it will be certificate of studying Gita, Ishopanishad. But the certificate won't be named Bhakti-sastri. And exams, not needed. If you want, you can, optional. However, I will not be giving you essays and other questions which we give to other students because we have to spend a lot of time correcting them. And the next one is official certificate. So you get a certificate, but then you have to follow certain, rules you should be following. Eligibility is you must be chanting 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra daily for at least 2 years, 3 years, something like that, following 4 regulative principles. And you would need a letter of recommendation from some ISKCON devotee who is in some way authority in ISKCON organization, maybe temple president, Bhakti Vriksha leader, head of department in some ISKCON center or temple. And it's easily possible to get. The fees is 4,000 Indian rupees, and you get the certificate, official certificate from ISKCON Board of Education. Exams, yes. How many exams? What kind of exams? We won't tell now, because if you have to do, you have to do anyway. We do Bhakti-sastri from anywhere. These conditions are set, for all to follow. So depending on now your eligibility, you can choose either for official certificate or no official certificate. What about 𝗕𝗂𝗃 students? Some of you might not know what is 𝗕𝗂𝗃. I recently started a course called 𝗕𝗂𝗃, an advanced study of Bhagavad Gita, where we study the commentaries of previous acharyas, and of course, Bhagavad-gita As It Is. So we recently started it, only 5 sessions are done. So these students who are already in 𝗕𝗂𝗃, they can upgrade their enrollment and become a Bhakti-sastri student. So for those of you who are doing 𝗕𝗂𝗃, you have these options to follow. Again, either you go for no certificate or you go for certificate. If you go for no certificate, the fees is 3,000 in total. And since you have already paid some amount, you just need to pay the balance. And if you go for certificate, then it's 4,000 and you have to pay the balance. Now, some other details about the course, which are very important. Batch strength. I won't start this course, new batch, unless we get 50 new registrations, 50 to 60 new registrations. So you can inspire others to join. If we have sufficient registrations, we'll start. The language will be English, duration 13 to 15 months, because sometimes we give holidays, exam preparation leaves, and I don't want to hurry through the course. Sometimes due to emergencies, I may have to cancel the class. Not that I want to, but you have to understand, I might be traveling, health is not good, internet connection is bad, I have some other very pressing engagement which I cannot cancel. So it won't happen often, sometimes, and you'll be pre-informed. So it will take 13 to 15 months. Days, Saturdays and Sundays, 2 days in a week, 2 classes, each class 2 hours online, of course. And timings. Now, timings are a big thing to discuss, because we are giving you some different options we can choose from. We'll finally select one, but because people from different parts of the world are opting for it, and I don't know which all times would be convenient for them and am I available, I'm just giving you options, and then you will be letting us know which suits you the best. You'll be telling us your priority also. You go for option 1 first, then option 2, then option 3. So these are the timings. You see, on Saturday, you have 3 options to choose from. And if all 3 are good for you, you say yes, all 3 are good. If 2 are good, you say 2 are good. And you give us the priority also. So first option is 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. in the morning, Saturday morning, India time. Please note, it's India time. According to your time zone, you convert it. Second option is 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. in night, India time. And third option, if let's say we don't get many registrations, then we'll merge this Bhakti-sastri with 𝗕𝗂𝗃, and their classes will go together for Gita only. And then the timing will be 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. India time, afternoon. On Sundays, 3 options. Again, please note, the Saturday options are not connected to the Sunday options. They are independent. So for Sunday, you can choose any of 3, option 1, 2, 3, separately. So for Sunday, the first option is afternoon 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. India time. Second is 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. India time. And third is, if we merge with 𝗕𝗂𝗃, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. India time. I hope things are clear. If not, you can always send questions to me after watching this video on YouTube comments, or WhatsApp or Facebook, wherever we'll be uploading this video. Moving on, if you want this course in Hindi or someone else wants, please let us know either by WhatsApp or mail or on YouTube comment. We would love to do this for Hindi speaking audience, right? And we need a feedback from you for that. And finally, generally in Bhakti-sastri, it happens that different sections, different books are taught by different teachers. And that's very nice. We get a chance to learn from many. However, sometimes students prefer to learn from one teacher only because of some, they feel some connection with that teacher, they like the style of teaching, whatever it may be. So I teach Bhakti Sastri at different places, and there I teach different units, not all. But this time I wanted to do everything by myself. That will give me also a chance to study all of them nicely again. So I just wanted to let you know why I'm doing it all by myself. Do I have experience of teaching Bhakti Sastri or not? So that you can have some faith, you can develop trust. So at present, I am teaching Bhakti Sastri at these many places, but only by the mercy of Krishna and my Guru Janas. Not that I'm very qualified, they are encouraging me. So at Vrindavan Institute for Higher Education, 𝗕𝗏, which is the oldest educational institute in ISKCON, then ISKCON Bhagavad Mahavidyalaya at Govardhan, IBMD. I'm also doing the seva of teaching at ISKCON West Africa, of course teaching at ISKCON Mira Temple, ISKCON Myanmar, and soon we'll also be teaching Bhakti Sastri to devotees in China, in Chinese translation. So these are the places where I'm involved in teaching. And considering this, my superiors, they encouraged me that you can start a course where you teach all the books. That's why we are doing it. So here I complete the video. The last slide is how you can reach to us. Either you can WhatsApp us or call us at the number given there on screen. I'll also highlight it for you, so you can note it down. It's a number of Simple Vedas, an initiative of art to make online teaching more accessible to devotees, systematic teaching. Then you can email us at courses@simplevedas.com. And if you are interested to register, you register soon, because the last date of registration is 30th of May, 2022, 7 days to go. Fees can be paid a bit later also. The course is going to start from 11th June, 3 weeks to go. So you can pay the fees by 5th of June or 7th of June to confirm your registration. And yes, please remember, first come, first serve basis. We have many people who have shown interest, but we have limitations of batch strength. So the first you pay the fees, the first you get registered. How do you register? You register by going to this link, which will be definitely sharing in the description box of this video and also in other social media platforms. You register by going to bit.ly/Bhakti-sastri. Thank you so much. See you on board in the course Bhakti-sastri Online English with Madhusudana Visnu. Really grateful for your time to watch this video. Please share it with others. This is not the last batch of Bhakti-sastri. We'll be doing more and more in coming future. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. 𝗕𝗏 Prabhupada ki jai.